The screen glows with firelight. Sparks dance against the darkness. A rhythmic clang echoes, a hammer striking iron with measured precision. This is the heartbeat of a craft as old as civilization itself. Blacksmithing, the ancient art of shaping metal with fire, strength, and skill. For thousands of years, blacksmiths stood at the center of human progress. They forged the tools that tilled the soil, the nails that built homes, and the weapons that defended kingdoms. In villages across the world, the blacksmith was not simply a tradesman. He was indispensable. Long before the hum of machines or the spark of electricity, the forge was where society's future was built. The earliest blacksmiths transformed raw ore into usable tools, plows for farming, blades for harvest, hinges for doors. In rural life, their presence was vital. When a farmer's plowshare broke, it was the blacksmith who restored it. When horses needed shoes, it was the blacksmith who fitted them. Without his fire and hammer, agriculture itself could falter. Generations grew up with the knowledge that behind every sturdy tool was the unseen hand of the smith. His work was not just practical, it was survival. Step into a traditional blacksmith's workshop, and you step into a world of controlled chaos. The furnace roars, glowing with an orange heat that seems alive. Coal crackles, sending smoke curling toward the rafters. The hammer rings against the anvil, sharp, resonant, almost musical. Every strike follows a rhythm. Heat, hammer, shape, quench. The iron, once lifeless, softens in the flame, becomes malleable, and slowly transforms under the craftsman's hand. The air is thick with the scent of burning metal, the hiss of water as glowing steel is cooled. Shadows flicker across blackened walls, telling silent stories of centuries past. This is not just labor, it is choreography, a dance of strength and patience. Each movement purposeful, each strike precise. What sets the blacksmith apart is not only physical endurance, but artistry. The shaping of iron is as much about vision as force. To the untrained eye, a hammer strike seems random, but to the smith, it is deliberate, measured, and in harmony with the fire. Every piece forged carries the maker's signature, invisible yet unmistakable. A plowshare with just the right balance, a horseshoe curved to fit a particular hoof, a knife sharpened to last for years. This knowledge is not found in books alone. It is inherited, passed down like a family heirloom, taught by watching, imitating, and finally mastering. In many rural communities, the blacksmith's skills flow from father to son, from mentor to apprentice, across generations. But today, this timeless craft faces its greatest challenge. With the rise of industrialization and mass production, the village forge has grown quiet. Machines now press and cut metal in seconds. Factories produce tools at prices handmade work cannot compete with. For many traditional blacksmiths, survival has become uncertain. Younger generations often seek modern careers, leaving the anvil cold and the furnace dark. What was once the heartbeat of a community risks fading into silence. Yet blacksmithing remains more than an occupation. It is culture. It is identity. It is a link to humanity's earliest achievements. Every forged tool is a reminder of human ingenuity, our ability to bend nature's raw elements to serve life's needs. In some regions, efforts are underway to preserve this heritage. Workshops teach traditional forging techniques. Cultural festivals showcase the artistry of the anvil. Collectors and historians preserve tools not merely as objects but as living history. To witness a blacksmith at work today is to witness resilience, a flame kept alive against the winds of time. Interestingly, in recent years, blacksmithing has found a new audience. Artists, hobbyists, and metalworkers are rediscovering the forge, not for necessity, but for creativity. Handmade knives, custom ironwork, and ornamental designs carry a value that machines cannot replicate. Each piece tells a story, forged with individuality and care. Even in a digital world, people are drawn back to the primal magic of fire and iron. As modernization advances, the role of the blacksmith may no longer be as central as it once was, but the cultural weight of this ancient craft endures. To lose blacksmithing would be to lose more than a trade. It would be to lose a vital part of our human story. A story of resilience, craftsmanship, and the eternal dialogue between fire and form. So when we hear the steady rhythm of hammer on iron, we are not just hearing a craft, we are hearing history itself. The forge is more than a place of work. It is a place where tradition is kept alive, where fire shapes not only metal, but the memory of a people.